All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makar Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Honors to you brothers that are pushing out this truth all over the world, the hopeful elect. All right. This is from Newsbreak. The title is Tucson Air Force Units Asked to Prepare for Deployment if Russia Invades Ukraine. So again, war drums beating loudly, like the scripture says, Revelations 11:14, the third woe cometh quickly. All right. And these are all the steps that are leading up to these events. All right. These things must be, the beginning of sorrows, with these truckers, protesting these mandates. All right. A lot of food shortages. There's a lot of things going on right now. All right. And, so we're in beautiful times. These are not depressing times for the men of the Lord. We're actually, excited. The Lord said, be not afraid. Let not these things trouble you. When you go to Matthew 24, Yahushua told him, don't let these things trouble you, man. Because these things, they must be. This is all part of biblical prophecy. This is what we're looking for. This is what we're hoping for. All right. And it's coming to pass. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right in front of our face. We've had the truth this whole time, 100% truth. So let's get into this article, and then I'll pull out a scripture. Tucson, AZ. Some units from Davis Montes Air Force Base in Tucson are a part of the 8,500 troops placed on heightened preparedness to go to Ukraine if Russia invades. Pentagon Press Secretary John F. Kirby made the announcement during a news conference Thursday. In addition to Davis Montes, groups from the following locations have been asked to get ready. All right. Hey, what did the Lord say? The Lord said, be ye ready. So hey, things are popping off, man. It's not time to get weak and, complacent, and, it's not time for all that, man. If anything, you pray to the Lord for more strength. You always can need it. There's always room for more strength, more growth, All right. Okay. So it says, you have right here 82nd Airborne Division and 18th Airborne Corps, Fort Bragg in North Carolina, and it's just naming these different bases, that you see right here. All right. So it says these units all told include medical support, aviation support, logistics support, and of course, combat formations, Kirby said. While the units are on heightened preparedness, Kirby said they have not been activated. The vast majority of the troops, Secretary of Defense Lloyd J. Austin III put on prepare to deploy, are in fact dedicated to the NATO response force, Kirby said. We still believe there's time and space for diplomacy, but thus far, it has not achieved the kind of results that the international community would like to see. The Department of Defense said it will continue to monitor the buildup of Russian forces in the western part of their country and in Belarus. All right, so there you go. Again, Tucson Air Force units and other Air Force units are being asked to prepare for deployment if Russia invades Ukraine. Let's get Ezekiel 38. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, and we understand that's Russia, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus said the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaw. So the Lord is putting that old Soviet Union spirit, like we always say, into these Russians. All right. And that's all they've been doing is preparing. They've been, like I said in my last video, this is not just, all of a sudden they're preparing, they've been preparing years ago. Like I was saying, the biggest military drills ever, China, Russia. All right. They've been preparing, man. It's just these tensions are getting a lot tighter now, and they're about to pop, as you see. All right. So this is just not, some recent preparedness, man. They've been prepared, man. All right. So the Lord said, and I would turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. You see that? All of them handling the modern day sword, the gun, military equipment. Okay, these vehicles of war. All right. 5, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. So these other countries, Iran, parts of Africa, South Africa, they're going to help. Okay. All of them with shields and helmet. How about that? A lot of them get their resources. A lot of them get their military equipment from Russia. One of the biggest buyers of military equipment is Turkey. Their missiles defense systems. They've been buying those up, man. All right. 6, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar and the north quarters, and all his bands and many people with thee. Be thou prepared. What did it say? Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself. So you better believe Russia is prepared too. They're on high alert, man. All right. So boy, we're living in exciting times, man. And even for myself, I say, you can always do more, man. We see that finish line. Go harder, and I'm speaking to myself first. All right. So 7, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. And we understand that's what Russia is. Russia is being a guard, unto these weaker nations. The scripture says that in Joel, let the weak say, I am strong. Iran, all these little weaker nations. Turkey, India, all that. And it says, be a guard unto them, meaning that they have interests in these countries, man. They have resources that they're going to protect, all right, from any type of invasion that threatens their, operations, and their resources. 8, after many days thou shalt be visited in the latter years, thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have always been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, and thou and all thy bands and many people with thee, man. So it's, hey, Exodus 15:3, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is orchestrating all this, man. This is the last and final war. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. And the Lord is gonna give his man spiritual powers. We're gonna get that. Pursuing to Jeremiah, 16:16. We're gonna get the spiritual powers, man. Acts 8, Yahweh Shai, when he ascended up, before he ascended, he told the apostles that he was going to give them power. You see that? All right. So yeah, that power is coming, man. Okay. All right. And let's see, 9. Well, I already read 9. 10. Thus said the Lord power, it shall come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and that's what's going on right now. That seed has been planted into their minds, man, to think that evil thought, and that's why, threats are being made. Okay, angels stirring things up out there, man. 11, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. All right, and that's speaking about what? That's speaking about America, Babylon the Great. You people are at rest. We have this whole virus going on, but when I say rest, meaning that that doesn't cross your mind that this place can get invaded or touched by another country, man. The average American knows nothing about what's going on. So therefore you're at rest. You don't see any impending threats, anything like that. All all that's in your mind is this, the C-19, what's being forced down your throat. That's all that's in your little mind, but as far as, what's going on, the war drums beating, the doomsday clock being moved, hey, the average person knows nothing of that. So you'll be caught unaware, like the scripture says. Okay. So I just wanted to report on this. I want to say all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Honors to you, brothers. Push out this truth all over the world. The hopeful elect. Till the next video. Shalom.